Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is still Stephanie Bree, but yay, welcome. I hope you're having a good time. I just finished off my drink. I'll have to get another one. In this video, we're talking about reality TV. Now, there are different definitions of what qualifies or constitutes reality TV. So, you have different types of shows. Some shows are your slice of life kind of shows, where you're following somebody's life. You usually have some kind of entertainment twist for the premise to make it worth watching, like the Keeping Up with the Kardashians, or Here Comes Honey Boo Boo, or shows like that. I can't think of any others off the top of my head because I don't watch those kind of shows. Duck Dynasty, there you go. I thought of a third one. These are your slice of life shows. And you also have a subset of the slice of life where it's a day in the life of somebody doing a job. These are, instead of watching The Real Housewives of Who Fucking Cares, you're watching Ice Road Truckers, or Pawn Stars, or American Pickers, rest in peace, or shows like that where you're following somebody at work doing their normal 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, day-to-day job. These shows confuddle me because why would I want to watch somebody work a boring-ass job when I have to go work a boring-ass job myself? I don't understand why I would want to watch somebody live a boring-ass life when I'm living my own life, which is not as boring as you would think. But, what the fuck? Why do we get entertainment watching other people live their lives? Well, I mean, why do you get entertainment watching me talk to the camera, ramble about shit? Because you're awesome? Thank you. I don't know. I never got into those kind of reality shows. You have a couple other of different categories of reality TV. One of the earliest examples of reality TV, maybe not the exact literal first, but the one that made what we call today reality TV popular, is capital C period, capital O period, P, capital P period, S, capital S period. Cops. C-O-P-S, but it's, I don't know, whatever. Cops. It's a stupid show. You're literally just watching a police officer harass people for 22 minutes. In between the commercials. Why? I don't fucking know. But this was the show that launched our obsession with what we now call reality TV. Now, MTV came along in the 90s and made it fucking worse with The Real World and Road Rules. And then they combined the two for the Real World Road Rules Challenge. Fuck whoever came up with that idea. Fuck you. Fuck you in your butthole, in your ear hole, up your nose. Fucking die, you fucking piece of shit. You ruined MTV. But, whatever. I'm still bitter about this, by the way. But I wouldn't watch MTV anyways, so I don't know. I'm still bitter about it, even though it doesn't really affect me anymore. But that's the way neurodivergent brains operate, so bear with me. Also, I get obsessive about things, so you'll probably figure that out watching my channel or following my social media feed. I'm not going to name sites. Well, Blue Sky I am going to name. The bad place I'm not going to call out by name, but it is what it is. I've already talked about that in other videos. I might do a whole video on that, but we'll get there. We'll get there. But you have another category of reality TV, and this is the competition show. This is your most popular format for reality TV. Your big shows. The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, Big Brother, Survivor, The Great Bake Off, that whatever show that George, what the fuck is his name? I can't remember his name. The cook that yells at everybody. Hell's Kitchen, what the fuck is his name? I don't fucking care. That guy. He's got 100 of them. These are shows where there's something, it's sort of like, kind of like a game show, where there are competitions, There's structure, there's rules, and there's some kind of prize. In the Hell's Kitchen type cooking shows, you get a bunch of cooks together. They compete to see who's the best so that they can win a spot as a chef at a restaurant or something. Gordon Ramsay, there it is. That's the asshole's name. Why did I say George? It sounds like Gordon, I guess. Anyways, Gordon Ramsay. Fuck him, but it is what it is. Well, I don't literally fuck him. He might be a good dude, I don't know, but his shows are dumb. I don't watch them. No disrespect to you if you do. It's not for me. But you also have things like Survivor, where the goal is a big old bucket of fucking money, or Big Brother, where it's another bucket of money. And so you have these sort of eliminate the competition type shows. And then you have, in addition to that, you also have the disgusting shows like the Bachelor, Bachelorette, where the prize is a human being. There's a lot of these kind of scummy shows like Love Island and stuff where you're competing for a person. I don't like those. You also have like competition shows like, America's Top Model. That one's kind of fun. I like it. And then you have the drag queen show. I can't remember what it's called. I watch it, but I can't remember what it's called. With RuPaul. My brain is overwhelmed with election anxiety right now because I'm recording this on the day before the election. And I live in America, so yeah. But, I can't remember. It's not called Drag Stars, is it? I've watched a few of these kind of competition type shows. My preferred reality TV show, you're going to come at me in the comments or judge me, I don't care. Big Brother. I love Big Brother. Now, I do love science. I love science. I took science classes in college and high school, and I read every science book I could get my hands on as a kid. I'm not good at the complex math, the abstract math. I'm not good at abstract math. Algebra, calculus, trigonometry. Those are beyond my comprehension. I cannot fathom how they operate. But I did take a math class in college on game theory. And so, game theory is kind of abstract, but it's also kind of tangible. And so, I can understand how game theory works, and understanding how game theory works, I am fascinated by Big Brother because it is basically a game of Mafia. Now, it's modified with some competitions and some weird shenanigans, but at its core, it's a game of Mafia. Some people call it werewolf, but those people are old timers. I'm not that old. Those are old timers. They're in their 50s and 60s. It's Mafia. But, moving that aside, Big Brother is essentially, at its core, a game of Mafia. Again, it's modified, but that's basically what it is. Now, Survivor has trace elements of Mafia in it, but what I like about Big Brother is because it is so fucking predictable that I can usually guess who's going to win after the first week. And I've watched 5 seasons. I got it right 4 times. So my streak was broken the 5th season, but that was also the COVID season, and so the whole world was thrown into chaos. So I'm going to chalk it up to that one doesn't count. But I've accurately predicted the winner on day 1 4 years in a row. I have no proof of this other than I'm telling you this. My sister can corroborate, and so can my mom because she was there. But that's not the only reason why I like Big Brother. I actually like Big Brother because you have this. You take a bunch of people that are from everywhere. Regular people and middle class people and almost upper class people, and you throw them together in a house and you lock the door and you tell them to get along, but you also force them to compete. but you have cameras on them 24/7, even in the bathroom, even in the shower. And if you watch Big Brother After Dark, you can watch people shower. They blur out the naughty bits, but you can still watch it if you're a creep. You can, because they're not going to blank it out. They can't. That would go against the premise of the show. But what I like about it is you have these people who have to compete in competitions to eliminate somebody. But it's still... the competition doesn't determine who gets eliminated. It determines who gets to determine who's up for elimination, and then you still have to vote. And that's the aspect of it that's similar to Mafia, the vote. Because basically you're not necessarily trying to figure out who's in the community and who's not, who's Mafia, who's Townie. Like I said, it's not exactly a game of Mafia, but that's the part of it that's similar. You're voting people off, and you're doing so with your little alliances. And you're trying to figure out who's not in your alliance. That's the part of it that is us versus them. That's like Mafia. Townie versus Mafia. Or Townie versus Werewolf if you're an old timer. But it is what it is. The other thing I like about Big Brother is they actually have pretty entertaining themes. And their competitions are tailored to that theme. So sometimes I'll have a superhero theme where the whole season is superhero themed, and all of the competitions have something to do with superhero stuff. Sometimes the competitions or the theme is like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of an example. Sometimes it's like, first responders. So all of the competitions, you're a firefighter or an EMT or a police officer or something like that. These are I'm just throwing examples. It could be a Western theme, whatever. Now, sidebars, because I don't want to go off too long on the Big Brother, because I'm going to talk about other reality shows, but Survivor is always the same. That I don't, because it's always the same thing. You're on an island, you're swimming, you're cooking, you're camping, whatever. At least with Big Brother, you get some variety. Now, there are other reality shows that I've watched that I've had various degrees of found entertainment among them. The aforementioned drag queen show that I cannot for the life of me remember what the fuck it was called. I swear to God I've watched it. I've watched like 3 full seasons of it. I just can't remember what it's called because there's too many reality shows. Anyways, something Runway? I can't remember. And then there was like Dance Moms that I watched until I found out the controversy, and then I was like, nope, no more. So there's shows like that, But what really at its core is reality TV, and it is scripted, but we call it unscripted, but it's complicated. At its core, reality TV is relatively inexpensive to produce compared to scripted TV shows with sets and actors and voice actors and graphic designers and costume designers and makeup artists and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You can produce a reality show for a considerably less amount of money than you can do a show like Game of Thrones or, I don't know, Stranger Things. I can't think of very many TV shows right now because I'm not watching TV anymore. I don't have it. But, yeah. Now, sitcoms are in the middle. They're not as expensive as like a Stranger Things, but more expensive than reality. But it is what it is. So, why is there so much reality TV? Well, part of that is the same reason why YouTube is popular. We have this, we are collectively, as a species, we are a social creature. And so we do get some value out of watching other people live their lives because it allows us to connect with them or contrast with them. Connecting with them, it's like, hey, I'm a truck driver. I'm watching Ice Road Truckers. These are my people. I shop at a pawn shop. I'm going to watch Pawn Stars because I know what it's like to shop at a pawn shop, etc., etc. And then there's... God damn it, what's that drag show called? I'm going to have to look it up. It's pissing me off that I can't remember. I swear to God, I've seen 3 seasons of it. pissing me off. I can't remember. Anyways, but then, you know, it's the same thing with YouTube. You know, you just want to, you want to watch Rhett and Link sit at a card table and talk about shit from their life. You want to watch James Rolfe yell into the camera about how shitty LJN games are, because you have that experience. You've played those games. You can connect with him. Then there's the contrast, right? The Kardashians. Why do people watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians? Because they're not rich people and they don't understand what it's like to be rich. So they watch rich people being rich so they can fantasize about what it would be like if they won the lottery or became rich. So there is a psychological human nature justification for why reality TV is so visceral. We actually, and this is why reality TV is so popular, it isn't just because they're churning it out because it's cheap. They're churning it out because it's cheap and people watch it because it makes money. People watch it, same reason they watch YouTube, because they can connect with the person that they're watching. You know, if you have blue hair and you're transgender, you can connect with my videos probably a little easier, but I also try to make my videos accessible. Hey, here's my experiences, and I hope that you've had comparable experiences. But I rambled a little too much about Big Brother in the middle of this video, so I do apologize for that, because I know I've already done a video on Big Brother. I might have already done a video on reality TV, so this could be a redo. If it is, we'll just call it part 2 or revisited. I don't know. I should probably check my video. I've done almost 700 videos on this channel in about a year and a half, so cut me some slack. I produce a lot of fucking content. I have 4 channels. Yeah. And a podcast. And a website. And I write books. So, please cut me some slack. I produce a lot of content. But, I can't remember everything I've done. So, reality TV does speak to us as a species viscerally, right? Because it's human nature to socialize with other people. And you feel like, especially when you're watching YouTube, you feel like you're a part of that person's life, right? You're watching them go shopping, right? When you're watching a shopping video, or you're watching them unbox a toy, or you're watching them cook a meal, or do a dance in the living room, a silly dance, or whatever. You're watching them, and you're connecting with them, and then you're commenting in the videos, and you feel like you're a part of their life, a part of their community. And so that comes back to we're social creatures. It's the same thing with reality TV. You are never going to go into a fancy restaurant and sit down and have lobster dinner with Kim Kardashian. That's not going to happen. I don't care who you think you are. You're not going to do that. But you can watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and you can daydream about what that might be like in the impossibly unlikely scenario that might happen. You know it won't, but it's fun to imagine. And that is why we watch reality TV. Because it's like all television, it's escapism. Some people escape from reality into fantasy and sci-fi and horror and dramas and stuff like that. Some people escape into true crime, which we're going to do a whole nother video on that. And some people don't escape from reality. They just sort of turn the camera towards somebody else's life for 45 minutes of their day. Why? Well, I just gave you reasons why. So whenever somebody says, I can't fathom why people watch reality TV, and then they've got their 6 or 7 reality shows they watch as guilty pleasures that they will not publicly admit they watch, but they know they do, that's why we do it. Because we're social creatures, and it's built within us to want to connect with other people. There you go.